This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish.
Time for a midday fix of facts and spicy sides.
From breaking headlines to backroom whisper.
All served hot and fresh. Happy Tuesday. I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi.
I'm Ferdi Salvador. Glad to have you with us.
I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is the Daily Dish.
I'm Chal Lontoc. Join us for the next hour and a half where the news meets the stories that matter to all of us.
Yes.
Yeah, how are you this Tuesday, guys?
Happy Tuesday, and guess what? I know we got a lot to talk about this morning. Interesting stuff that we like, but
What?
Fashion Week
All
is
right.
heating
It's
up.
happening.
Okay,
I love
and for
all the
those
looks.
of you who are fashion followers, my favorite two would be the Dior show and the Schiaparelli show.
We were looking at
Amazing
it before
pieces.
our show. The Schiaparelli shoes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, to
One
die
thing
for.
that's good as well about those shoes, no animals were harmed
No
in that
animals,
collection.
no animals. So now you can see
so
Cynthia.
cute.
Is that Cynthia Rivo just
Yes,
arrived?
yes.
So Paris is heating up. Of course, we've got Filipina representation there, and obviously you guys know it is. But the shows of Jonathan Anderson, because I call him J.W. Anderson, 'cause
J.W. Anderson.
I'm a big fan for Dior. Just broke the records. Okay. Critics are claiming this one of the best openings, and this is the
Look,
pair of
those
shoes.
shoes.
Those are the shoes we're talking about.
That,
It looks like a legit bird, and no animals were harmed in the making
No,
of this.
those are actually fabric.
Amazing.
Yeah, fabric and resin. The
Fabric and
designer
resin.
himself
What they
said.
did was they cut it up, and for this pair of shoes, I don't know how many, but there is a ball gown in this version that took 8,000 hours to make.
It looks
Wow.
beautiful.
Just amazing.
So
Yes.
you've got reptilian, avian, and
Yes. There was a
flowery
snake
notes
too.
all
Yes.
over
He
the
actually
Fashion
mentioned
Week.
his inspiration were birds and reptiles.
Yes.
Yes.
There's
For
a
the
snake
shoes.
one as
This
well.
is
that's
Mr.
super
Roseberry
gorgeous.
of Schiaparelli, right? And we all know a few of our Filipina fashion-forward ladies like
Wait,
Schiaparelli.
didn't Schiaparelli also bring out the jewels, the stolen jewels?
Yes.
Let's talk about that one.
Yes.
So,
Stolen jewels of the Louvre.
Yeah.
so
Yes.
that was the inspiration for some of the
They are
pieces.
quoting that because the jewels that they used for the show were recreated.
Yeah, recreated
Yes.
from the
So
stolen
it's like
jewels.
stolen jewels.
From
Okay.
the Louvre. And the crown was worn by Teyana Taylor.
Yeah, she
Yes.
looks
who's nominated
Tay
for
Tay, I like her.
an Oscar Best Supporting Actress.
Actress.
Her
She
outfit
Yeah.
was amazing because it was a sheer black
Yes.
ensemble,
No.
and your eyes really go. You look at her ensemble first, and then you see the necklace and the crown. Gorgeous.
At first
Yes.
look, I thought she was Rihanna.
Yes,
and then people
I had
are
the same
yes,
thing.
the paparazzi were saying Rihanna. I thought they were calling her Rihanna, but then I read the caption. It's actually Teyana.
Yeah.
Teyana.
Rihanna.
because
And of
of
course,
Taylor.
I don't know if we have the clip of Heart Evangelista who attended the Schiaparelli
back,
show.
yeah.
She is back. And she wore a jacket, it's a current collection from the 2025 Fall-Winter collection. And it's looking good, gotta say.
Oh, you know who else is in Paris Fashion Week representing us here in the Philippines? LA.
Yes,
LA
Aguinaldo.
Of course,
He will
with
be,
the
I
Louis
think-
Vuitton
yes.
shows, he's been
Yeah.
there. And we see him biking along the streets as well.
I saw
I
his
know.
bits online, so I can't wait to see him walk
But
the
you know what?
runway.
We're gonna create a story on how certain people get invited to Paris Fashion Week. I think we're gonna develop that for you, so you know what to expect if you want to go to Paris Fashion
Yeah.
Week.
No, it's brilliant.
And what
you're
does it
gonna do.
take? What
A
does
lot
it
of
take to be
people-
I
invited?
think we'll do
Curious.
that in the next couple of days here in our banter. But you're gonna know that we're gonna talk about fashion and art for the next couple of days because this is what's
I
happening
thought we
around the
just
world.
messaged you for that. Hey, Ferdi, can you
Yeah.
get us in Paris?
Can you get us
Take
invites?
up the flights, get us in the shows.
Yes, but you know what? More than that, retirement.
Yeah, this is what's been talked about online. There is now a retirement home for Gen Zs in Malaysia. Gen Zs who are burned out. Imagine, burned out
Burned out na
in their
sila?
20s.
My goodness.
Yes, and then this retirement home is offering them a safe space from all the pressures, from their jobs, from their life
Yes.
goals. Imagine.
It's interesting to call it though a retirement home because I don't think they're done with their jobs. I would call it just like a respite, right?
Yeah, they're staying there for a
like
couple
a
of months,
camp
maybe.
or some. Like there's another word for that. I wouldn't say retirement.
I think this is the next level
I
of
know what
earlier
that
on
word
dreams.
is.
Go ahead.
Cop out.
Oh, I thought you were
I'm
gonna say.
gonna call it out. Sorry, folks. You're 20 years old and you wanna retire.
You know what they're gonna tell you? 6'7".
You know, you can 6'7" me
6'7".
all day. I'm not trying to cancel you. It's just that, folks, at 20, you don't know what life is about just yet.
But you know, this is actually just next level
I'm gonna
dreams.
get bashed.
Yeah.
But
This is next level dreams from all the kids or all the people who would always say, like, I want to live with my friends, my group of friends, and they would plan to stay next to each other. So this was a thing also before. And the next
That's a
level is already
vacation.
retirement.
Well, but
Yes.
this is, there we go, retreat. That's the word I'm looking
Yeah.
for. I wouldn't call it
No.
a retirement home, a
Also,
retreat.
in
did
the
they say
comments,
retirement or retreat?
Retirement.
retirement,
talaga.
but then,
That's why,
but then in
yeah.
the comments, they're actually calling it rehab. Rehab from
From what?
for mga phone
Rehab from life.
addicts.
Oh,
Like from
using
your phone
technology.
addiction, addiction to social media.
Okay, I'm all
addiction-
for that. Okay, don't get me wrong. If they're trying to detox from gadgets or tech, I'm all for that. But guys, don't call it retirement
Yeah, it's
because
just the wording.
listen, at my age, I work hard. For some of you folks, okay, in the country and maybe just in my small circle, for you to waste on retirement at 20 years
Oh,
old.
nagalit
Tito
si Tito
Ferdi! Tito
Tito
Ferdi
Ferdi
is
Tell us the
mad!
story. What
It
happened?
doesn't. I'm sorry. It does not resonate with me well. It doesn't sit with me well. It gets me worked up because retirement is not. What do you know about life
Yeah.
at 20? I didn't know anything
Are
about
they
life at
playing
We're
20.
still figuring life out by the day. And how old are
Yeah,
we?
wait, like totally heated up here.
One thing
Tito Ferdi!
One thing's for sure, the Gen Zs have a lot to learn as well from the Gen Xers. Yeah, in terms of, grit and also just discipline and pushing forward.
I read an article when we were growing up. We didn't have phones. We didn't have anyone to compare with. So our childhood, they were saying, was a much better environment because we actually connected with people. We were going out.
We connected to the
And,
earth.
Yeah, we were literally
Yeah.
playing outside and just, if we didn't have anything to do, we weren't doing anything.
And we were really patient because back in the day, you couldn't just press forward when you watch TV shows. You have to go through
I'm glad.
commercials
I'm
and
glad
all
I
of
didn't
that.
have social
And
media when I
remember,
was
like,
at my 20s
We
because
learned
I'll
how to
definitely be in jail.
We learned how to be resourceful.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, instead of getting, or doing this retirement thing, maybe you could have a retreat like what Mo said.
Retreat. I feel like they
just
should
for a
reword
few
it.
seconds and visit BGC because I got
I-
to see the portal.
Again. I am
Tito
all.
Ferdi's still mad.
No. I just want to make it clear. I'm all for detoxing or rehabbing from gadgets in life. I, in fact, encourage it.
Yes.
Because that's perhaps where you find yourself and what you want to do from 20 onwards. I'm all for that. I'll give you a shout out.
Maybe
But-
the question is, are you gonna ever retire, Ferdi?
Of course, because I work hard for it.
Yeah, there
I
we
work
go.
decades and decades. Okay.
Actually,
That's
first,
for
to deserve
that is-
retirement.
that is
maybe
what
you
we work
should do
hard
like
for.
a retreat for the Gen Zers, actually here in the Philippines, to learn how to live life to the fullest. When something's happening, what should they do? You should do that.
I can't
With a
claim
TED Talk.
I can't claim I'm an expert in this. So I
but you
don't
live
think
life
I'm
to the fullest.
like no, not yet. That's the thing. That's why at 20 you guys want to retire. You don't know anything
Okay, let me
about
cool
life.
you down for a
just
while
live
and
your
take you to a
life.
different world.
Okay.
Drink water
Tito
real
Ferdi,
quick.
Our
come with
board
me.
director is telling us
Yes.
move forward.
No, come with me na lang to BGC because I got to
Drink water.
visit, of course, the portal,
Yeah.
which a lot of Gen Zers are going to and lining up to right at BGC. This clip that you're seeing are people playing Jack and Poy.
Yeah. Who did you say hi to over on the
Yeah,
other
what country?
side?
Over the other
What
side.
country?
So there's Lithuania, there is USA, there's also United Kingdom, so on and so forth. And the funny thing is that a lot of Filipinos are watching, but because of the time difference, on the other side, mas konti siya.
Yeah, actually, I passed it on Sunday. I was there in BGC. I had a meeting to go to, and I passed it. I wanted to check it out. The line was insane. There was
is
no
long.
way, like, I could not
Is it
maneuver
on
around.
24/7?
Yes, it's
on.
24/7. It's live. It's broadcasting. No sound. So if you guys want to
Yeah.
actually see it or find
Make a
love,
sign.
yeah, they make
Yeah.
signs.
Yeah, you gotta have
you gotta have your sign with your
board.
telephone or
Single,
mobile
ready
number.
to mingle, call me at.
Exactly.
Oy,
That's a
I'll be
great
there.
idea.
Yeah.
I'll be there at 3 a.m.
Go look for your lover in
Walang line.
Lithuania.
Wait, let's do an experiment on that. Let's see if Ferdi can find love through the portal.
Wow!
That's a great segment.
Maybe a Gen Zer from the other side.
Yes! I'm
That
excited
listen-
for you, Ferdi.
that bashed me because of my statement.
Look
That's the
for
guy that told me
love.
to stop retiring at 20.
Yeah. Look for love in the portal.
So this is an art sculpture actually, and it's the first time here in Asia. So that's
Yeah.
a big
Cool.
thing for us. So yay!
Nice, good
Speaking
job.
of art in Asia, what
Yeah.
do we have today? Who are our guests?
Yes,
We have a
our
lot of
guest
guests
for today.
Yeah.
We've got we've got first, of course, videographer and wedding videographer Jason Magbanua, and artist Christina Quisumbing, Ramilo, and Christina Bello.
They're gonna talk about their exhibit in the Lakbay series.
Yes, which is going to be super interesting because it's art fair coming up in the next
in
in the next 2
February.
weeks, and we are going to give you so much art stuff.
We are definitely gonna go there and feature all the works of our talented artists.
Yes.
100%.
Stay tuned for those conversations coming up. But first, let's have the headlines.
This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish. My daily dish. My daily dish.
In today's headlines, the House Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms start tackling the controversial anti-political dynasty bill. Senator Raffy Tulfo calls for the resignation of Food and Drug Administration officials amid the proliferation of fake products online. Human rights groups condemn the police crackdown on residents of Dupax del Norte in Nueva Vizcaya, opposing mining operations. And later in the show, we'll speak with wedding videographer Jason Magbanua and artist Christina Quisumbing Ramilo and Katrina Bello on their upcoming exhibit. Our top story today, after the long wait, the House of Representatives is finally tackling the controversial anti-political dynasty bill. Our Joan Manalo is on the phone to tell us more. Hi, Joan. Who is leading today's inquiry?
My versions of the anti-political dynasty bill are set to be discussed today here at the lower chamber as the House Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms convened this morning. The committee, chaired by Lanao del Sur Representative Zia Alonto-Adyong, was convened past 10 a.m. today, with House Speaker Boji D also in attendance. In his opening remarks, Speaker D acknowledged that the anti-political dynasty measure is long overdue, stressing that this is a legislation that Filipinos have been waiting for decades. He also noted that it has been nearly 40 years since the 1987 Constitution was ratified, which contains a provision meant to guarantee equal access to opportunities for public service and prohibit political dynasties, but has remained without an enabling law. With this, he stressed that passing an anti-political dynasty law is a commitment they aim to fulfill in the 20th Congress. He also reiterated that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has previously recognized the urgency of passing such a measure, which has been included among the administration's priority bills. He further underscored that committee hearings, such as today, are crucial in thrashing out the issues and consolidating varying proposals on the bill. The committee is expected to discuss a total of 20 versions of the anti-political dynasty bill today, with House Bill 209 filed by the Makabayan Bloc first on the agenda. House Bill 209 seeks to give teeth to Article 2, Section 26 of the 1987 Constitution, which mandates the prohibition of political dynasties as may be defined by law. Under the proposed measure, no person shall hold or run for any national or local elective position simultaneously with a relative within the fourth degree of consanguinity or affinity, whether legitimate or illegitimate, full or half-blood. Mai.
People for sure have been clamoring for this for decades now, Joan. How about the bill previously filed by the House Speaker himself and also House Majority Leader Sandro Marcos? Will the panel tackle this today?
Yes, Mai, that is correct. The committee is also expected to take up House Bill 6771. This was filed by Speaker D and House Majority Leader and Presidential son Sandro Marcos, both of whom come from political families. This particular version has drawn scrutiny as questions have been raised over its provisions, including the lack of clarity on the maximum number of family members who may simultaneously hold elective, national, and local positions. Mai.
Thank you, Joan Manalo, reporting to us. From the House, let's now go to the Senate, where a panel grilled the Food and Drug Administration over the proliferation of counterfeit products online. Hannah T is reporting to us live from the Senate. Hi, Hannah. What can you tell us?
The Food and Drugs Administration is being called incompetent as Senator Raffy Tulfo demands for the resignation of its officials. This is after the Senate opened a probe on counterfeit, unsafe, and unregistered health products flooding online stores. On today's Senate Committee on Health and Demography hearing, Tulfo said the FDA has failed in its core mandate and allowed prescription-only medicines to be sold online without prescriptions and fake drugs to circulate freely, pushing Filipinos into dangerous self-medication. He cited test buys by his office where prescription drugs were purchased online with ease and fake or AI advertisements using doctors and public figures to promote unregistered products on social media. Tulfo said this is a direct threat to public health. He said product registration takes years, fixers are allegedly rampant, and some business operations are compromised only to be hit with advisories later.
Sir, inutil ka po. I'm sorry to tell you. You're incompetent. At yan mismo, sinabi ng ARTA, kayo ang one of the most complaint agency. ARTA na po mismo nagsabi niyan. At dudugtungan ko. Dapat kayo, karamihan kayo sa management, magsiresign na kayo. Inutil kayo eh. Wala kayong ginagawa kung hindi. Humintay lang siguro ng lagay mula sa mga malalaking pharmaceutical companies. Yung mga hindi naglalagay, sorry kayo.
He questioned why nearly 1,000 online product listings were taken down only after Senate budget hearings, saying this shows how slow and reactive FDA enforcement has been. Senate Committee Chair Risa Ontiveros meanwhile warned that patients are getting younger, with reports of hospitalizations linked to unregulated supplements and medicines bought online. She pushed for stronger regulation and greater accountability, including from online selling platforms like TikTok, Shopee, and Lazada. In response, the FDA presented data showing it handles more than 250,000 applications a year with fewer than 250 evaluators and said it has seized hundreds of millions of pesos worth of violative products and taken down thousands of online listings. The FDA said they are not perfect, but the facts are clear and they are in dire need of manpower to push more regulation in the industry. Mai?
This is a real problem online and very dangerous as well. May mga nakasuhan na ba tungkol dito sa mga counterfeit products and also doon sa mga fake online ads, Hannah?
The FDA said they have received about 3,000 complaints regarding the products at so far, base dun sa huli nating monitoring, 14 pa lang yung nakakasuhan out of the 3,000 at 3 lang yung convicted. Sabi kasi nila penalties imposed by the court ay yung fines lang kaya hindi raw nakukulong yung mga sangkot dito. And area raw ito for amendment ng Senado of the legislation about the prevention of counterfeit products and unsafe products being sold online. Back to you, Mai.
Thank you for the update, Hannah T, live from the Senate. The camp of former President Rodrigo Duterte will appeal the International Criminal Court pre-trial chamber's ruling that he is fit to participate in the pre-trial proceedings set on February 23rd. ICC Assistant to Counsel Attorney Christina Conti, however, says the panel of experts was neutral. Joash Malimban is on the phone for the details. Hi, Joash, go ahead.
In a 25-page document released yesterday, the International Criminal Court pre-trial chamber explained its finding that former President Rodrigo Duterte is fit to stand trial. The ICC said Duterte is capable of exercising his procedural rights based on his medical records and the assessment of an independent panel of experts. ICC Assistant Counsel Attorney Christina said the court's standard is whether an accused can meaningfully participate in the proceedings, not age or legal expertise. She added that experts found Duterte capable of understanding the allegations against him and expressing his views with no indication of a brain disorder based on medical examinations. Meanwhile, Duterte's lead counsel, Nicholas Kaufman, said they will appeal the ruling, claiming the former president was denied due process after a hearing was held to present defense medical evidence. Conti responded that the independent panel of experts was neutral and that disputing its findings solely because they are unfavorable is improper. The confirmation of charges hearing is set to open on February 23, where the court will determine whether the case will proceed to trial. According to Conti, it may take several months for the court to decide whether to confirm, reject, or defer the charges. Historically, she said, the ICC rarely dismisses cases at this stage, making it likely that the allegations of crimes against humanity against Duterte will move forward. Mai.
Thank you, Joash Malimban reporting. Vice President Sara Duterte thanks supporters of her father, former President Duterte, who was declared fit to attend pretrial proceedings by the ICC. In her message at The Hague in the Netherlands, the Vice President admits not being able to relay the court's decision, as only the former president's lawyer is allowed to do so.
Maraming salamat sa inyo, mga kababayan namin, sa inyong pagpapakita ng suporta kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte dito sa detention unit ng ICC. At syempre, lalong-lalo na ngayong araw na ito dahil hindi maganda yung balita sa kanyang kaso at nandito kayo para magbigay ng moral support sa kanya. Sigurado ako na may kwento yon ng abogado niya na pumasok ngayon doon si Atty.
In other news, London-based human rights groups have condemned police harassment of Dupax del Norte residents who barricaded their community to block mining by a British-owned company. Pierre Pastor is on the line for the details. Pierre, go ahead.
Yes, my human rights groups in London joins the residents of Dupax del Norte, Nueva Vizcaya, who are setting up barricades against the entry of mining exploration by Woogle Corporation, a British-owned mining company. Led by the International Coalition for Human Rights, ICHRP Britain, activists held a short program to condemn the dismantling of the residents' barricades by police on January 23. Helen Brewer of the ICHRP Britain said the situation in Dupax del Norte shows Filipino people's long history of resisting foreign mining giants in the country. ICHRP Britain condemns these vicious attacks and stands in solidarity with the Filipino people in defending their land, livelihood, and the environment. The protest in London was held in front of Metal Exploration PLC, the parent company of Woogle Mining Corporation. In town, Kabataan Party List Representative Rene Luis Co called for a deeper investigation into the alleged deceptive and abusive operations of a foreign mining company in Dupax del Norte. In an interview on Political Nightly on Bilyonaryo News Channel, Co shared what she herself witnessed after visiting the barricade of residents opposed to the mining exploration. She said that the residents do not consent the exploratory mining in their area. The barricade was dismantled in January 23 by some 300 police officers deployed there. In this event, 8 residents were arrested, though Co clarified that the cases filed against them have already been dismissed due to lack of basis. For this, Co filed House Resolution 422 or 422, calling for the suspension of permits and an investigation into the alleged destructive mining practices in the province. Co added that what is happening in Nueva Vizcaya is a reflection of a broader problem of exploitative mining that is still going on in the country. More of this later, Mai.
Thank you, Pierre Pastor reporting. Kabataan Party List Representative Rene Co says the Makabayan bloc remains hopeful that its second impeachment complaint against President Marcos will advance in the House of Representatives. This despite the administration's numerical advantage.
Well, siyempre, we're hoping for the best. Hindi naman kami bulag na yes, may mas mataas na numbers yung majority. But as the arguments are expanded on and isisiwalat sila sa floor, we hope that yung mga mambabatas ay umakto ayon sa konsensya, ayon sa ebidensya, at sumama din yung taong bayan sa proseso na ito. Hindi lang naman po through this House Committee proceedings, this impeachment proceedings nangyayari ang pananagutan. And in all other avenues ay available po siya. So, yes, we see na may numbers game din ito, pero we don't lose hope.
ACT Teachers Party List Representative Antonio Tino admits the second impeachment complaint against President Marcos is an uphill battle, given that majority in the House are political allies of the Marcos administration. However, Tino told BNC's On Point the issue is more than just politics. He believes the petition will serve as a platform to expose the truth behind the flood control scandal under the current administration, highlighting allegations that Marcos himself benefited from kickbacks. He insists accountability must be pursued regardless of the political odds.
Wala naman tayong ilusyon, no? We are well aware that this is an uphill battle, given nga na alam naman natin yung numero sa House, and impeachment, they always say, is primarily a numbers game, no? But it is not only a numbers game. No? Tayo, ay tinuturing natin na yung impeachment complaint ay ang behikulo ng paglalantad sa buong katotohanan dito sa flood control corruption scandal. No? Bakit nangyari yan sa 3 taon ng kasalukuyang administrasyon? Bakit kakaiba to at walang kapantay? At ano ang role ng presidente dito? At ang sinasabi natin, kaya nangyari yan dahil may basbas, may pahintulot ng Pangulo at siya mismo ay direktang kasangkot at nakinabang sa mga insertion at kickback. Okay. Kaya dapat siya ma-impeach.
Former Ilocos Sur Governor Luis Chavit Singson claims he has evidence against President Marcos that can be used in his impeachment complaint. On Bilyonaryo news channels at the forefront, Singson also says he is willing to testify in the impeachment proceedings against the president. The former governor adds he has documentation that can prove the president's alleged involvement in the flood control scandal, showing anomalous projects in Marcos's bailiwick in Ilocos Norte.
Pag natanggap yung penal, makaka-witness ako sa mga Goose Project and mga project na yung sinabi mismo ni Presidente, mga guni-guni, mga palpak, doon para sa Ilocos Norte nandun . Wala kami makitang matino na project. Palpak lahat and Ghost Project, meaning Ghost Project and a substandard project.
Singson says he supports the 2 verified impeachment complaints against Marcos, which was recently referred to the House Committee on Justice. The former governor and his group, composed of FPRRD's allies, were supposed to file the 3rd impeachment complaint last Thursday, but the Office of the House Secretary General refused to accept their document. The Basilan provincial government is calling for a safety review following the sinking of the passenger vessel MV Trisha Kirstin early Monday. 18 people have been confirmed dead in the tragedy, while search operations continue for 10 others still missing. Basilan Governor Mujib Hataman told BNC's Politico Nightly that this is the second incident involving the ship's operator, Allison Shipping Lines, in just 3 years.
Ang tingin ko rito, dapat si Marina at si Coast Guard i-review nila. Kasi yung una, sunog. Ito naman, lumubog lang. No? Hindi natin alam kung ano yung sani ng una, sunog. Ito ho, hindi natin alam ano yung sani nito, maliban doon sa kwento ng mga kwento ng survivor sa atin.
Know where to stand and what to support in the West Philippine Sea. That was the advice of Philippine Coast Guard spokesperson for the West Philippine Sea, Commodore J. Tariela, to Senator Robin Padilla. This following Padilla's criticism of Tariela for allegedly mocking Chinese President Xi Jinping in a caricature, which the senator said is inappropriate. Tariela, meanwhile, clarified on BNC's The Spokes that he never mentioned Xi by name.
Para sa akin, Senator Robin Padilla may have his own understanding of what's happening. Sinagot ko na rin yung tanong niya kahapon. He was asking like, ba't hindi kasi kayo bumili ng malakas na water cannon?
Yes,
right?
yes.
I posted it on social media, our explanation why the Philippine Coast Guard is not using our water cannon against the Chinese Coast Guard. My message to him, siguro naman pare-pareho tayong lahat, mahal natin ang bansang Pilipinas. As to his position, as to how he appreciates our fight in the West Philippine Sea. Sana malinawan lang siya kung ano ang dapat talagang tindigan at ano ang dapat nating suportahan.
Philippine economic growth is slowing as the government shifts spending from infrastructure to education and healthcare. On BNC's Business 360, ATRAM Chief Investment Strategist Philip Hagedorn said the slowdown is intentional with a focus on building human capital that will boost productivity in the long term. The move means markets will have to watch sectors for growth opportunities in 2026 as the economy adjusts to this new spending priority.
So this 2026, the investment is towards human capital. But the thing that we need to understand with human capital is that it's not going to show up in GDP right away because GDP measures current output and not future productivity.
Absolutely. It's like planting seeds rather than, building a quick house.
Yeah.
So, it takes a while. And we don't want, just because this year we spend a lot in human capital, next year, backtrack tayo and then we end. No, let's continue to spend in human capital, but at the same time, get back on that infra road. Once we're able to.
Infra road, no pun intended. Education builds productivity over time, but the gains from infra, we need both.
It creates jobs right away. It's something that we need to grow at a faster pace.
Coming up next, we hear from videographer Jason Magbanua as he reveals his approach to filming iconic weddings and crafting cinematic stories that celebrate love. Don't go away. The Daily Dish will be right back.
Welcome back. We're joined today by the man behind some of the Philippines' most memorable celebrity and society weddings.
Named as one of the country's top wedding videographers, he's here to share the stories and secrets behind his iconic works. Please welcome to the show, Jason Magbanua.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. It's a delight.
Thank you for making time. We know
Monique's
this is peak season.
Monique's excited about this because she's asking for tips on how to navigate
Yes.
Being a bride?
yes,
the big
milestones
wedding.
in her life.
And I thought it was your turn.
Soon, coming soon. Baka mauna si Ferdi. We're actually doing a game, like a
No,
segment
no, no, no,
thing
no. I
for
think it's
dating
gonna happen
for
this year
him.
because I did eat 12 grapes under 60 seconds and under a table during New Year's Eve.
This year's the year.
And you know what? And it better work because they were Muscat grapes. They were big and I didn't choke.
So everybody, let's pray for Ferdi to find the one this 2026. Well, speaking of finding the one, Jason, I'm curious, when you capture moments of couples, do you want to capture exactly everything that happened during their wedding, or do you want to reveal what the couple missed during the wedding?
I think it should be a mix of both, right? There should be a proper documentation of what actually happened with the least amount of a heavy hand placed on what happens, right? I don't want to direct too much. I don't want you to look at each other, kiss each other, hug each other. I want that to come out naturally, right? Now, as far as showing the couple what's happening behind the scenes, that's also part of it because every bride will tell you, Monique, and you will experience this yourself, that things happen so fast.
Right.
Like it's a blur, especially walking down the aisle. It is my job, my team's job as wedding videographers to to show you that, hey, this is what happened. These are the people who cried. These are the people who were drunk as early as a cocktail hour, right? This is the reaction during the first dance. So it's always going to be a mix of both.
You know, Jason, I've known you for pretty long. How long have you been a wedding videographer?
25 years last year.
So I've known you 2 years
Congratulations.
after you actually started.
I would, yes. And we have this, fond name for you, right?
I know what they're
I don't
talking
want to disclose
about,
it, but
we cannot
yeah.
say it on
we're not
air.
gonna say
We're
it
not
on
going to
air.
disclose it, but yeah. Monique, if it's a wedding worth attending, Ferdi's there.
That's why I can't wait till he finds the one.
That's just why when I see Jason at the wedding, I was like, great. Because finally I get to see him, right?
Yes, yeah, that's the only
and
time
I
we see
pull
each
him on
other.
the side, tama na yan. Let's go to have a drink first. But Jason, what have you seen throughout your 25-year-long career that's changed in the tastes and application of your craft?
Okay. First of all, I think film, video, television in general, it's so highly tied to technology, right? We are the first embracers of early adopters of technology. HD came in, 4K came in, drones came in, software advancements, the new chips for computers, all of that we adopt at an early rate para, hey, how can we apply this? Dati, the drones, big quadcopters.
Wow.
300 grand. Now you can get one for 50 grand. And everybody is a beautiful drone shot now in all the, weddings, right? The cameras have become better. So that's one technology.
Yes.
Now, at the same time, I think in terms of evolution, for a very brief period of time, I thought during the pandemic that Filipinos would revert to very small weddings. Intimate, 50 persons, 75 persons. I was mistaken.
It got bigger and bigger.
And Filipinos still love their weddings. So in a way, that didn't evolve. It's like Filipinos will always love the weddings that they attend. Like it's always going to be a society thing, a public thing that, hey, my kids are gonna get married. Please come, ninongs, come here, attend, all 800 of you.
The whole barangay, right?
Yes.
So when you've seen Filipino weddings versus international
That
weddings,
was sorry,
nagulat ako.
I got scared. No, there was a clip there. That's my godson. Talking about Ninong, that's my godson, Enrique Miranda and Ella Pangilinan.
Ella.
Oh my God.
Were you there?
Those are my godchildren.
You were there at the wedding?
Of course.
So that was
they're
one
my
of the
godchildren.
weddings
I was
because
Ninong.
Ferdi's there.
Beautiful wedding.
Yes.
Beautiful
Ella
wedding.
looks
Ella and Enrique. I
Two
love
weddings. One in Cebu.
Yes.
In
and one
there
in
at Central
Manila.
Place. And then one in Palacio de Memoria.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love those two so much.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I
I
can't
set
wait.
them up.
Oh, wow.
No, you did not.
I did.
Okay.
Wow,
Sorry.
fun
Ask-
fact.
Matchmaker.
Ask your non-gulat question.
No, I forgot na my question kasi nagulat ako. I feel like I'm third wheeling with Ferdi and Jason dito. Ano ba? Wait,
Sorry, ma'am.
let's
Sorry,
get
ma'am.
back to the interview.
No, why don't you ask about how to prepare for your wedding?
No, we'll do that later.
Sige.
And then, this is about the viewers. Going back to Filipino weddings. Ayan, before I got gulat. What have you noticed with Filipino weddings that's different with other international weddings?
Okay, all right. this is more of an observation rather than a critique. But when we shoot in Europe, when we shoot in the US, it's a lot more organic. It's a lot more informal. People dance when they want to dance. People go to, like, it is an honor for you to get invited to that wedding. I'm going to take time off. I'm going to go here and thank you for inviting me to that wedding, right? Here, it's a little bit more orchestrated, a little more de cajon, right? You have to do this, after this, after this. And that's what, I try to talk to I have many friends who are planners, like, hey, can we ease up a little bit onto what should happen next and just let people breathe and enjoy and just like savor the moment.
That's a good thing that you said, Jason, because sometimes planners actually try to manipulate the situations.
Yeah.
Everything has to be like this, like that. Like
It's
that.
too much of a production already.
It's too much of a
For good reason,
Yeah.
a little bit,
But-
right? There are good things about it,
Right.
But what about the experience of the couple? It's become mechanical, and I'm not for that.
Right. I want just to enjoy the moment. Like I was telling Ferdi, when I'm a bride, like 1 week before, don't bother me. If anything goes wrong, I have no flowers. Just as long as my groom is there, you guys figure it out. Because I don't want to be stressed. So what's your number one tip to those who are getting married, what not to worry about that they think it's such a big deal before their wedding?
Okay, I think people or the couples have to let go. There are different personalities of couples,
Right.
and I've experienced all of them, right? But I guess you gotta let go of stuff that you have no control over. The weather, people think that, oh my God, uulan, but what can you do about it, right? Nothing. So you embrace it and you enjoy it. Yeah, so that's one of the things I try to remember, to remind the couple always. Just at a certain point, you have to let go, no matter how type A you are.
Yes, I was at an outdoor wedding, and obviously people were wearing white, and they said, it's gonna rain. The bride and the groom were like freaking out. What are we gonna do, Ninong? I was like, make sure you have cash. They're like, why? I was like, because it's gonna be a wet t-shirt competition and you better have nice prices.
Oh, that's so fun.
What can you do? Make it fun.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Look at Ferdi with his new career in wedding planning.
I used
Yeah, I know
used to
you.
do
I
events,
know.
yeah. But Jason, my question for you is the tea. I
Okay.
want to know the monster weddings and I want to know the chismes.
You can't do this to me.
You're not gonna say their names, obviously. But what was the most like bridezilla situation you've ever experienced?
Jason's
I'm
warming
gonna crack my
up.
knuckles, and I feel I can tell the story because this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Mama Lala Flores.
I love her.
We got booked in like a tier F motel in Cebu City. Okay, for a wedding of like a big wedding. It's like, Lala, what are we doing here? There are cockroaches. There are this is terrible, right? Why are we doing this? And I think after we just found a different hotel and paid for ourselves. And up to that, we laugh about it.
Wow.
We laugh about it.
But that's not my question. What's
Okay,
the
you want
monster?
personality?
Jason
I want to
played
know
it
about
safe.
that bride who almost broke you. What's
okay.
wrong with
All right,
you,
okay.
ma'am?
I have couples like that.
Okay.
We were doing the makeup pa lang, no? Doing the makeup.
Yes.
And they were fighting. Oh my God, they were fighting.
They're already fighting?
They're fighting. Ano? Itutuloy pa ba natin to? It's like,
Wow, the drama.
all right. Natuloy naman. All right.
Okay, thank goodness.
Second. Let's remember this. This is what Chinky. It's Chinky, right? Our friend.
Agregado, yeah.
Yeah. So
Chikoy.
we were. I was editing, and the couple was there. It was after the wedding, and they had a big fight. They were having a big fight because si bride ayaw niya na kasama sa pag-veil, secondary sponsors yung sister nung groom, right? Right. It's like, bakit nangyari yan? Dapat hindi siya yung nag-veil sa akin. Siya na lang ang pakasalan mo.
Wow.
Dapat siya na lang.
It's so teleserious.
I know, I said, wow.
All right, I'm invisible here. I am melting into the background.
Right.
It's like, All sorts. But these are outliers. Everybody loves each other like 99% of the time.
Yes, but don't worry, Jason. I'm gonna be asking more about the tea because this is the interesting part, okay? We're gonna take a short break, but we'll hear more from Jason Magbanua when the Daily Dish returns with his tea. Don't go away.
Hello, welcome back to the Daily Dish. So with us and getting all the tea is wedding videographer Jason Magbanua. We're laughing, we're distracted because we're hearing lots of tea behind the scenes.
And if we can only say the names without getting sued, we would have already. But we're not gonna do it.
No, this is a game for Jason.
So let's do this when I retire. Not when I'm active. Can I need more clients?
Don't give me the trigger word today. Retire is my trigger word.
No, I can feel the heat coming out of his body. Yeah, don't. Let's tell Jason why later. Ferdi and I are so curious because there are lots of bridezillas, but I think what's worse than bridezillas are the momzillas.
We wanna know.
Yeah, sometimes they take control, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's some choreographers.
I didn't know this was this kind of show.
No, it's not that kind of show. But we just want to establish how you connect. You know what I mean? So that the people that are watching on our audience who may have weddings coming up within their own families or friends know that your suppliers are watching. So behave, okay? So, what's the answer? Like with Monster Moms.
Oh, Monster Moms?
Or Monster Dads.
All right.
And how do you calm them down?
Oh, I'm good with the in-laws. I'm better with the in-laws than actual partners, actually. But that's a story for another day. Anyways, we try to, not naman bordering on patronizing them, but we know the amount of stress that they're going through. We know the expense that they're going through. We kind of roll with the punches. We roll with the punches, but there are some bad experiences. These are very, very rare. Like, we get this like, and sometimes kwento na lang to sa atin ng crew members, like parang paparinggan na parang, let's say, Linda, kasama sa bahay. Okay, Mayordoma. Linda, pakabantay nga ng mga alahas, ha? Pabantay nga ng mga alahas at habang kinukuhanan yan. Okay, all right. So, I mean, it's pretty, they want to be secure, they want to like be safe about it. It's like, it's just so weird. And one of the best comebacks I've heard was not from our team, but from the planners team. Ay, tita, wag po kayong mag-alala. Kasi po, mas marami po kaming nasushoot na mas mahal po dyan sa mga alahas na yan. Relax lang kayo.
Oh my goodness!
And that came from a planner.
What a comeback!
What a comeback!
Oh my gosh!
That put them in their place.
Did you get your tea?
Not yet. But but okay, better than that. Okay, let's go back now to how clients should choose, or what's the process of choosing their own
that's
videographer.
Excellent. Thank you, because I was getting like
you're getting
I'm perspiring now.
Yes,
I'm towing the line.
So how?
What is the question?
So what's the best way for brides or grooms to choose their videographer?
Oh, okay, I think it really has to be a fit. Right? There are a multitude of styles right now. Some are based on storytelling, some are based on documentation, like a documentary, and some really like you flashy edits with a lot of motion and such eye candy, right? So I think you have to look through the body of work of whoever you're planning to hire. If it's a fit, you can shoot them an email, DM them, and then figure out na okay, like magkakasundo ba tayo? Because at the end of the day, having a photographer and a videographer for your wedding, it's one of the deeply personal choices that you will make apart from the gown as a bride. on how to document your wedding, right? So I think it's very important that you get to meet them first.
You are hired, Jason, for my wedding. I love it.
Yes.
Before we do quick fire, I just want to ask him one more question
Yes, go
real
ahead.
quick. I want to know what's the biggest take on relationship now that you've done this for 25 years. You've seen all the
Okay.
couples, thousands of couples. What's the one lesson you can take away and share with our viewers?
I think people express their love in a variety of ways, and you cannot peg that into like just one thing. When I was younger, and I would see couples who are not affectionate to one another, I would say, "Ay, stupid me, no? Di magtatagal.
Yeah.
Ay, di naghahalikan, di nag-holding hands." But maturity tells you that there are a wide variety of ways to express love. They may not be physically
Showy.
affectionate and showy, but then there are other love languages. And I think that's one of the things that I take away from dealing with thousands of couples.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
So,
Okay, this is my
Ayun na.
favorite part.
your other team.
Rapid fire.
This was not part of the brief, though.
Because
never part
when,
of the
when
brief.
people ask us, what's your script? We're like,
We don't have.
we don't have one. This is coming from our hearts and our minds.
And whatever you
and
say.
what energy you're giving us. So this is authentic, but this is part of the, this is not part of the script.
Okay.
But
Surprise.
it's our favorite. It's rapid fire.
Got
so
it.
we're gonna ask you questions. The first thing that pops in your head, this is what you answer. Don't worry, you don't need legal representation.
Fantastic.
All right, your question first.
Okay, sunset ceremony or night wedding?
Sunset all the time. I love that golden hour.
I'm taking lots of tips.
Intimate or grand wedding affairs?
I'm a sucker for intimate weddings. Give me
What's intimate?
Okay, I would say anything below 50, 60 persons, right?
my
That's literally just the family alone. Oh,
That's
I see.
literally
Okay.
no.
But we're Filipinos.
Correct.
Everybody wants to start out with that destination, intimate, small wedding. But then people find out na,
there's
si
a
Ama
way.
cannot go to here, cannot board that flight. And they all devolve to like, hey, 800 pesos person wedding, Shangri-La.
Right.
My guess is not so wild.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anyway.
Ferdi's gonna have the whole Philippines. Handheld or gimbal?
Handheld all day. Gimbal for me. There's an aura of like it's too mechanical. It's too
Yes.
artificial. I want documentation. I want handheld. I want energy. I want energy in my shot.
Yes or no? Do you watch your old wedding films?
Yes. I want to see how far I've gone, how I've improved, and how shoot, I'm still good at what I'm doing.
Nice, nice.
Love it. What is your favorite moment to capture during weddings?
Always the vows. Always how they express verbally their love for one another. I love that.
But wait, what if there's no vows? Because some weddings have no vows.
Yes, some, and it's totally fine. What I tell people, there are going to be vows. It's going to be what the church tells you, right? I, Monique, take you,
Pam.
okay?
Ferdi.
So that for me, I tell them, don't look at the priest, look at each other. That's your moment.
What about those, like, the focus is always on the bride. My focus is on the groom. I like filming the groom while he's about to
I
cry.
want to see when they're crying.
Always. That's the money shot.
Always.
And I'm like 1-2 videographers bringing out that hanky.
Right?
Yeah,
Just like that rush of
Oprah
emotion.
iyak.
Yeah, I
You know what
feel
I mean?
bad because when I attend weddings, I don't look at the brides going down. When I see her open the reveal, I look straight to the groom. I'm like,
Yeah,
what is he
because
doing?
you'll see it later naman when the bride.
Yeah, I'll see the outfit naman.
But the groom wala. Okay. Favorite wedding venue you've filmed at?
Okay, locally. Okay,
Anywhere.
Let's do both. One local, one international.
Okay, Metro Manila. Within Luzon, I really like Lake Hall. Really like Lake Hall. It's so chic. It's so like away from Metro Manila, but at the same time very very accessible. Abroad, I just fall in love in Tuscany every time.
Yes, I know you.
It's like Tuscany every
I've been
time.
there several times. Why I keep going to weddings in Tuscany?
It's like beautiful. I think it's very cost effective to get married there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have like automatic backdrop. You have the sunset.
Right,
You
the
have
vineyards,
you have
the
great wine.
castles.
You have great simple food, right? And it's like it's romantic. Tuscany is
And maganda
romantic.
yung lighting.
You have long 5-hour sunsets. Like
Yes,
what else could you ask for?
Love it. What is a wedding that actually made you cry? A recent one.
Okay, I'm well into my years right now, right? So I
Wow, you
think-
make yourself sound like you're 80, 90, 100.
Ready for retirement.
Ready for
Well,
retirement.
that's also a trigger word. Okay, I was talking about this to some of your guests later, right? I had a queer wedding in Shangri-La, Boracay.
Yes.
Shangri-La, Boracay, this was a couple of years ago. Ed and Vince, wonderful couple. They live in San Francisco, got married there, but decided to get married here in the Philippines as well. I asked Vince, how are you getting married here? Already married? He said, if one of my nephews or nieces turns out to be queer, I want them to know that they can still express their love to one another here in the Philippines, regardless if it's legal or not. And that's
that's
just-
beautiful.
It is so beautiful. It just struck me the
That's
way.
making me tear up.
And oh my God, like you should. I'm gonna send you that video. It's like I am really sorry that I was not able to come out as early as you would want to because of my family, because I was embarrassed of myself and what I was. I wasn't fully out, but when I was, it's like, but you made me come out in confidence after going through together. They're like more than
Beautiful.
Oh, he's
10
gonna
years.
make me
Beautiful.
cry.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Dream client of yours.
Naiyak ako.
Dream big? Gotta be Taylor.
Taylor Swift.
All right, she watches our show.
She does.
Tay-Tay, if you're watching.
Tay-Tay, Jason
Jason's
Magbanua
ready.
said you can do your wedding. He's
Dream big.
available. All
I
right.
love it. One word to describe your style.
Real.
Most inspiring couple you've worked with, aside from those two in.
Okay, aside from that, I think, okay, ang galing eh. Ito, very recent lang, no? Very recent. Patricia and Arturo, okay, Daza, right? Tours Daza, got married.
That one in Boracay recently,
Yes,
no? I saw
because
that.
the story was like, it's very inspiring because Thanksgiving, she met an accident and nobody even knew if the wedding would push through in Boracay again, right? But she had a very bad accident, but he was there all the way from the ICU to the recovery and just like, hey, I don't even care if the wedding pulls through, but as long as you pull through, right? Just take, the exact word was verbatim, take me instead of her. Right, and it's like,
okay.
Oh wow, this is stuff of movies. And like, I met these people, Zoom. I had dinner with them, met them at the wedding. I've been in contact with them. Iba. It's a very, very inspiring couple.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
If you had unlimited resources, what would your dream wedding project be?
Unlimited resources.
Yeah.
I would film in 35 millimeter film, right? So like you get that
Movie.
grid, that movie like, and then just like maybe run 3 or 4 of those. Medyo maingay pero yeah, sige, para iba talaga yung ano. It's a very one-off wedding.
Yeah, and you know, our show is called The Daily Dish, and we're gonna twist this. We always ask our guests this. If you could serve a daily dish every day at a wedding, one wedding food you would serve all the time.
To the crew, huh?
Yeah.
Twist.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To the crew.
Another
What-
To my
twist.
crew?
Yeah. What would it be?
To my crew.
Not
Okay.
one hot dog and one egg.
Favorite food.
Okay, us barajo right? Or like a lot of people, we were just up all day, 18-hour, 15-hour days, okay? Has to be rice, dalawang ulam yan, isang seafood, dapat squid o kaya fish, bigyan mo ako ng menudo, right? Tapos gusto ko merong fruit on the side.
Ay, wow, the fruit on the
fruit
side.
dapat on the side eh. At least saging or watermelon na nakabalat na.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well noted, Jason.
And dapat ang kubyertos matigas na plastic. Ayoko nun nababali.
Yeah. So,
I've broken too many
so
plastic
basically no
cutlery.
plastic cubiertos.
Oh yeah, exactly, right?
Okay. That was
Well,
fun.
thank you, Jason. We cannot wait to have you back again next time, and excited to work with you.
When do we meet?
Thank you so
Later after the
much.
show.
This was so much fun. Thank you,
Thank
We
guys.
had
so
the best
much.
time. That was Jason Magbanua, the wedding photographer here in the Philippines. Now up next, we've got stories from around the world, plus the latest in sports and entertainment. When the Daily Dish returns, stay tuned.
This is my daily dish. Daily dish. My daily dish.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish. Public anger intensifies following the fatal shooting of 37-year-old Alex Ferdi by federal immigration agents in Minneapolis, as protesters also highlight the record number of immigrants who died while in ICE custody. A lawyer tells them to assert their rights. U.S. correspondent Henny Espinosa has the full story.
Hundreds of demonstrators flooded the streets of Minneapolis on Sunday, marching towards City Hall in freezing temperatures to demand justice after the fatal shooting of U.S. citizen Alex Ferdi by federal immigration agents on Saturday. Chants against ICE echoed through the city as public anger intensified. Ferdi's death comes just 18 days after the fatal shooting of Renee Good, marking the second deadly encounter involving federal officers in Minneapolis in less than 3 weeks. A protester who identified himself as a U.S. military veteran said he witnessed Ferdi's killing.
I can tell you from my perspective, the man, Alex, was not resisting. What I saw disgusted me. It made me feel sick to my stomach.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz on Sunday renewed calls for the Trump administration to withdraw the roughly 3,000 federal immigration agents deployed in the state.
So my question is, what's the plan, Donald Trump? What is the plan? What do we need to do to get these federal agents out of our state?
Protesters are also drawing attention to a record number of immigrants who died while in ICE custody. In 2025, 32 people died in ICE custody, the agency's deadliest year in more than 2 decades, as the Trump administration detained a record number of immigrants. Those deaths included asylum seekers, longtime U.S. residents, some brought here as children, and others taken into custody during sweeping ICE raids. Reported causes ranged from heart failure and seizures to stroke, respiratory illness, tuberculosis, and suicide.
Some died in detention facilities while others died in hospitals after being transferred but remained under ICE custody. In several cases, some family members and lawyers allege that medical care was denied or delayed for these immigrants.
Immigration attorney Lutan Cinco says, the moment ICE takes you into custody, know that you have rights.
First, you have the right to remain silent. This is your Fifth Amendment right. You can refuse to speak to an ICE agent. Second, you have the right to speak to an attorney and make a phone call. Third, you have the right to refuse to sign anything. ICE will always present you with documents for you to sign. Do not sign anything before speaking with a lawyer.
Those who are Filipino citizens can also reach out to the Philippine Embassy and consulates for assistance. If a loved one gets hurt or dies while in ICE custody, here are must-dos from Attorney Lou.
First, you find them. Go to ICE online detainee locator at locator.ice.gov. You'll need their A number or alien number. Second, humingi ng information. Document everything, lahat ng sinabi ng ICE sa'yo. Humingi ka ng detailed medical records. Kung namatay ang mahal mo sa buhay habang nasa ICE custody, i-demand mo ang access sa death review, autopsy report, ang root cause analysis.
Attorney Lou says family members can sue the government for wrongful death or medical neglect in ICE custody.
There are two main ways to sue. First is the Federal Tort Claims Act, or the FTCA. This allows you to sue the U.S. government for wrongful death or negligence by federal employees. There is another way to sue the government. These are called the bivens actions. This lets you sue individual ICE officers for violating your constitutional rights, like unlawful arrest, excessive force, or denial of medical care.
A new report by the American Immigration Council details the unprecedented jump in ICE detention over President Donald Trump's first year in office, an increase of more than 75%, with a record 73,000 people being held in detention on any given day. Henny Espinosa, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
In her much-anticipated home debut, Alex Ayala delivered a statement win to move one step closer to history in the inaugural Philippine Women's Open. Zeus Valdez is on the phone for the details. Hi, Zeus.
Hi, Monique. A dream moment on home soil, and Alex Ayala made sure it counted. The Filipina tennis star scored a statement win last night, defeating Russia's Alina Cherevia in the round of 32 to move on to the round of 16 of the Philippine Women's Open at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. Ayala later shared that the victory holds a special place in her heart, as it marked her first ever professional match played in front of a home crowd. Backed by thousands of Filipino fans, the 20-year-old said the atmosphere was heartwarming and a big step for tennis to grow in the country. She also emphasized how proud she is to carry the Philippine flag on the international stage, adding that representing Filipinos around the world gives her extra motivation every time she steps on court. Despite the pressure and expectations, Ayala said she relies on her mindset, staying self-aware, grounded, and focused on her own path rather than comparisons. The win serves as a strong start for the country's top tennis hope in the inaugural WTA 125 event hosted on Philippine soil. Meanwhile, it was a tougher outing for other Filipino wildcards in single play. Tenny Madis exited after a straight sets loss to Thailand's Mananchaya Sawangkao. Sawangkao was also Ayala's finals opponent in the recent Southeast Asian Games, where Ayala won gold. Elizabeth Abarquez also bowed out after a defeat to Japan's Mai Hontama. In doubles action, the Filipino pairs also faced early exits. Kean Emana and Justin Maneja fell to Darha Seministaha of Latvia and Nicole Posa Huergo of Argentina, while Angeline Alcala and Joanna Victoria Peña lost to Japan's Sara Saito and Lee Yu Yun of Chinese Taipei. As the tournament continues, all eyes now turn to Alex Ayala, fueled by national pride, home support, and a moment she says she will never forget. Back to you, Mai.
Thanks so much, Zeus Valdez, reporting.
Still in Paris, Filipino fashion icons Heart Evangelista and Miss Universe 2015 Pia Wurtzbach were spotted attending the Georges Hobeika Couture presentation. In a series of Instagram posts, the two were seen flaunting their looks and enjoying the event. The sighting comes after rumors of alleged feud that began in late 2023 when Heart's former glam team started working with Pia. Heart has clarified she had never had a personal issue with Pia herself, saying any tension came from others and sending her well wishes to the beauty queen.
From runways to court, Spanish prosecutors have dismissed a sex abuse and human trafficking complaint against veteran singer Julio Iglesias, saying Spain's courts have no jurisdiction. Two women had alleged abuse while working at Iglesias' properties in the Dominican Republic and the Bahamas in 2021. The complainants called the decision regrettable and said they will continue fighting for justice through all available legal avenues. Spanish prosecutors noted their ruling does not prevent the women from filing their complaint in other jurisdictions. Up next, we will be speaking with Christina, Quisumbing, Ramilo, and Katrina Bello on their upcoming Lakbay visit. An art exhibit exploring the Philippine diaspora through visual arts is happening this month.
Joining us in the studio are Filipino assemblage artist Christina Ramilo and visual artist Katrina Bello. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Mabuhay! Welcome to the Philippines.
We love artists coming on to the show because it really helps, bring other points of interest in visual art. And now you've got something new that you're bringing in, diaspora of the Philippines. So is this a collaboration between the two of you, or is it individual but the same exhibit?
It was conceptualized by the curator Marica Constantino together with Carlo Pineda of Art House.
Yes.
It started in 2025. So
Yes.
started last year. So the whole it's basically an annual exhibition hosted by mounted by Art House.
Yes.
And their vision is to celebrate Filipino creatives in the diaspora. So last year was the very first time they did it, and their feature was Nena Sagil.
Yes, Nena Sagil, yes.
And there were with it were eight
About
or
eight or
nine
nine artists.
artists who are living abroad. So
Yes.
this year it's Ling. And,
So I'm the featured artist this year, and Katrina is one of the eight artists reacting to my works.
Yeah, we're responding to Ling's work.
Okay, so how does... I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're both excited as you can see.
How does that work? Do they see your pieces first and then they react to it?
Yes.
Oh
The
my
curator
goodness.
and Carlo went to my studio and my house, and they selected works, and the works span from like the 1980s until the present time. So it's about like 40 years of my life. So it's pretty diverse. So there are drawings, sculptures, assemblages, benches, chairs, you name it.
Forgive my ignorance, no? When we say assemblages, what does it exactly mean?
Assemblage is sort of like collage. You're more familiar with collage,
Yes.
which is piecing together pieces of paper mostly, and you put them together, you glue them on a piece of paper. And assemblage is sort of like more like 3D. You use different materials like wood or stone or porcelain or whatever material you
Earth,
want
yeah.
to use,
Okay.
and then you put it
So
together.
there's layers, there's texture.
Yes.
Okay, because the name of this exhibit is Lakbay.
Yes.
If you would indulge us to share your story. You said 40 years of artwork.
Yes.
Your journey, yung lakbay mo mismo,
Yes.
to come into art. How
So
did
you
it all
started
begin?
at 5 years old.
Maybe four. Maybe
Four
four.
naman first.
I learned how to draw before I could write.
Okay.
So I've always been drawing ever since. I went to UP, studied editorial design and illustration, and then I went to NYU to study studio art and art ed. So it's been consistent in my life, and it has never stopped. I work every day, Monday to Sunday, morning
Yes.
till evening.
How did you, for both of you, this is my question for both of you, how did you figure out that I'm an artist? Not, I want to be an artist, I am an artist.
I think you just claim it. You don't want to say, I want to be an artist, because there's some hesitation when you say that I want to be,
Yes.
because you're not sure. So
Yes.
I think you need to claim it to be one.
Yeah, because when you're young, di ba, Katrina?
Yeah, I think that's a great answer, that you claiming it. And there's, I think it varies for different artists, different people, because it could start earlier and you decide to do that. It depends on your lakbay in your
Yes,
life.
yes.
For some, it comes late. Some, it comes middle age.
When did it come for you?
For me, like in my personal experience, like how I became an artist, I have the same answers. They started since we started to draw. Before we even mastered language, we started drawing or making things. But for me, because I encountered, I became an immigrant, so there's moving from one country to another. I think for me, I decided to become an artist when it's only through art that can actually articulate something that I cannot articulate in words, but I can show it more successfully, or it shows more honestly or more sincerely in whether a drawing or sort of a video. So that's when I realized, okay, that I have to make art as my journey.
As your life.
Yeah, your life.
That's
yeah.
really important because can you imagine not being able to express yourself through
Yeah.
language, but at least you both have this creative outlet. I would go crazy.
I'm actually seeing some of the artwork already. Is this from the exhibit itself or past artworks?
It's the preview and
The vernissage?
no, not yet. There was like a preview of the works. These are Katrina Bello's previous works and exhibitions.
And this is from like the preview maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yes, just Link's work, and so it's a mixture what we're looking at.
I
here.
know this will be hard, but seeing everything that we're seeing right now, all the art that you've been making, and it is a journey, lakbay ito.
Yes.
Is there any particular artwork that is a must that tells a story of your journey that you could share? It's like picking from your kids. I know it's hard, but
yes.
It's not difficult to pick your kid.
I guess you could say I have a work that's made sort of like a miniature scaffolding, and it's called Work in Progress. And it was for a portrait show, and that was what I thought of as my portrait. And then you can actually go inside the scaffolding cage, and when you're inside, you are the portrait, and we're all a work in progress.
I love
so
that.
if no one is inside the scaffolding, then the void is the portrait.
Oh, wow. I actually really love that. It's very interactive as
Yes,
well.
yes.
And you can create your own meaning with that. And how about for you?
For me, it's hard to answer that question because I don't make a lot of artwork. I have works that I work in drawing and video, and my drawings like something like my very first. I would call it a baby because it took 9 months to make. So it's hard to find your favorites. Really, I really have to admit, it's hard to find because in the 9 months, let's say, to make a work, you change. In 9 months of your life, really, that's...
You go back to, is this me now?
Is this me now?
Change?
And it's so many things happen. So it's and how I feel about a particular work changes even several years down the road. It's like, oh, this work that I hated is actually my favorite. This is the most successful.
So you mentioned that you moved away. I'm assuming you lived in the U.S. or North America, and you also because you went to NYU. How different is the art scene there compared to ours?
It's very competitive. But if you want to be an artist, you find ways and means to be an artist. So I joined groups, and that helped me be in group shows, solo shows. But when I think I blossomed, if I can say that, when I moved back to the Philippines, because it was a different ballgame. It's more organic here in the Philippines. Of course, I had to do my homework. I went to galleries. I got acquainted with the local art scene.
You got to go to events.
Yes.
You got to meet people.
Events, meet artists, different artists. And then eventually, while doing this, I got invited to group shows and then eventually solo shows. So I've been very lucky. And I don't think it would have happened that way if I had stayed in New York, because it's more structured and, big pond. I mean, small pond, big...
Small, big pond.
Yes,
really
big
weird.
I'm happy in my pond.
Here.
Yes.
You're happy with your batis.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
And of course, you're Filipina. You're both Filipina. And what better way to celebrate your art than to be at home?
Yes.
Right? And I'm sure I know you. I followed your art. I know your pieces and the people that know you. I want to get to know your art, Katrina. So I can't wait to see how you respond to Kristina's artwork.
Oh, it's so special because I really admired Ling's work a lot. Like
Is that your nickname, Ling?
Yes.
Okay, should we call you Ling instead?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So, is there any particular artwork? Because I know you have done 40 years of art here in this exhibit. And for you, Katrina, is there one where you actually created it during your stay in the U.S.?
And this, in the U.S., I thought of things work a lot. Ever since I've met her, it's always, I think she helped me, or just watching her, knowing her work, it's getting to know my subject or my reference in the work, like really paying attention and really slowing down. And although our medium is so different, but there's a connecting thing in our work. It's this really profound relationship to objects. And for me, it's not object, it's more of the landscape or yung dagat. It's this really like having this relationship to the subject.
What is your medium, if you don't mind me asking?
Drawing and video.
Okay, and your medium?
I work with a variety of materials. I love materials, I love objects. So I've used pencil stubs, branches, cigarette butts, used sandpaper.
Use paintbrushes.
Use paintbrushes. It goes on and on and on. And I hope you go to the vernissage on the 29th.
Yes.
So you can see a sampling.
Yes.
Of like over 100.
Yeah, but what is the
works.
show again? So it's going to be January 29th. At where?
At Discovery Premiere.
At Discovery Premiere. I love, yes.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours, Discovery Premiere. We love them. You'll probably see us there. But it's dangerous to me. I keep telling you in the back. So I don't want to go because I don't want to stand.
The pockets of Ferdi, they run deep, especially for art.
My God.
For art.
It's not true, but I try. I work hard for art.
So it's a chance also to hear us speak more, especially the artists, the 8 of us artists who are responding to Ling's work. So we all have this conversation, like an artist talk, on the day after the 30th.
How does it feel for you, Ling, quickly, that all of these artists surrounding you are actually, like what you said, responding to what you've created?
I'm very flattered and honored that they got me as the anchor artist, and I've seen some of the works, and I'm surprised by how they interpret my works. They're very different. So it's quite an exciting show to see.
And aside from the visuals, obviously, of your pieces, you're going to be doing workshops.
Yes.
And what kind of workshops are these?
There's a printmaking workshop demo. There's a panel discussion with the other artists, with all the artists.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a decoding workshop. I'm not quite sure how to explain that.
Yes.
Yes. And there's also
a workshop by Kim Cruz.
A workshop with Kim Cruz with children, with kids.
It's so holistic. I like the decoding part. I'm really curious because they say, artists never or should not really reveal certain meanings or expressions that they've created so that you as a viewer could create your own. So I hope that the decoding means you'll be revealing everything to us as well and have a story. Okay, now that we're in this part, I really believe that it's time to invite our viewers to what's happening because it's happening this week already.
Yes.
Yeah, so please do the honors.
Please come. Our show Lakbay, we shall be on January 29th at Discovery Premiere. It opens at, I believe, 5 o'clock. So I hope you can make it that day. And if you don't, the show runs until February 1st.
Very good.
Yes, and we have like social media for this event, and also the workshops and the talk. There will also be in the schedule will also be in their social media postings for Art House.
All right, ladies, what a pleasure to have you both on the show today, and we're looking forward to your exhibit and how you respond to each other during it at the exhibit. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Christina, Ling Quisumbing, Ramilo, and Katrina Bello.
Thank you.
Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Daily Dish. Tomorrow, we'll speak with Valerie Pawid West, the first candidate for the Miss World Philippines from Ifugao. We'll also have Tallulah Prue, the first and youngest Filipina to ever qualify for the Winter Olympics. That's at noon, only here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. That's it for us today, Tuesday, January 27. Join us again tomorrow for more Real Talk.
A lot of spilled tea.
With zero filter, I need your energy.
I felt that.
I'm Monique Tuzon-Basi. Anytime is a good time because it's always more fun with us.
And I'm Ferdi Salvador, always on top of the news and stories that matter most.
I'm Chal Lontoc. Stay tuned to the Bilyonaryo News Channel always.
Thanks for making us your lunchtime companion. I'm Mai Rodriguez. That's the Daily Dish. So